So before we resume our discussion, do you guys have clarification or questions so far?
Ano naman, sir?
Alright, so kain lang kayo ah. Lunch time na, so pwede kayong kumain. No problem. Alright, so ito yung laboratory number 8 nyo. Okay, just creating a simple flowchart. Alright, and then after that, you're going to have another short activity regarding with flowchart. Okay, flowchart symbol. So familiarization lang naman about flowchart. So you can finish this one within 5 minutes. Since yung mga symbols naman is nandun na sa PDF dito sa laboratory. Okay, kung wala man doon, okay, so marami namang another sites or website na pwede nyo puntahan para malaman kung ano bang name or function ng symbol na yan. Okay? So moving on, let's talk about Blackly. Okay? So mostly ito na yung ginagamit pang program ng mga sensors or ng mga actually more on parang pang robotics to eh. Okay? So Blackly yung gamit natin. Okay, so Blackly is a visual programming tool created to help beginners. So instead of typing, okay, so drag and drop na lang to. Okay, mas madali to kasi pre-made na yung mga sequence or pre-made na yung mga, yan, yung mga ganyan, yung mga blocks. So understand the concepts of programming. So by using a number of block types, Blackly allows a user to create a program without entering any lines of code. So this is shown in the figure above. Okay. So Blackly implements visual programming by assigning different programming structures to colored blocks. So lahat yan magkakaiba ng color. So it's just a matter of familiarizing the color. So pag ganitong kulay, more on setting B1. Pag ganitong kulay, more on printing. Pag ganito, more on logics. Okay? Or more on maths or more on lines, etc. etc. So maraming kulay yan na iba't iba. Okay? So the blocks also contain slots and spaces to allow programmers to enter values required by structure. So yung iba dyan, pwedeng blank. Let's say, ito, pwede mong palitan ng greater than, pwede mong palitan to ng, or pwede mong alisin mismo yan, and then palitan mo or interchange mo. Yung iba naman, blanco, para pwede kang, ikaw na mismo yung mag-input ng pangalan or ng value mismo. Okay? So programmers can connect programming structures together by dragging and attaching the appropriate blocks. So take note lang dun sa mga parang notch natin. Okay, so meron tayong notch and then meron din tayong parang katuloy yung isa. Okay? So programming structures such as conditional scripts and variables are all available for use. So actually kompletong-kompleto rin to. Okay. Yun nga lang with the use of blocks. So creating a new variable in Blackly is a simple matter of dragging the variable block onto the workspace and filling in the value slot. So it is possible to change the contents of a variable as the program is being executed. So ito, hindi mo na kailangang i-post. Like, post mo muna bago mapalitan. So pwede mo nang palitan right away. Okay, so wala nang stop and run. So pwede mong, kahit nakaraan na yung program, pwede mo palitan yung value. Okay, para makita mo yung difference. Agad-agad. Okay, so here's the continuation. So Blackly also supports functions. So meron din tayo mga functions. So similar to the variables, Blackly has specific blocks to represent functions. Mga ganito. And also similar to variables, programmers simply select and drag functions block to the workspace and fill in the required slots. So notice that in figure 1 and 2, so ito yung figure 1, and then this is the figure 2, that the variable block and the print on the screen block have both a bevel tab on the bottom. So ang tawag pala dito is bevel tab, hindi ko lang naalala. Bevel tab and then a slot, okay? Or a notch. Slot on this one. On the top. So this means that the two blocks can be snapped together. So pwede mo siyang snap sa gitna, sa baba, sa taas. So kahit saan, kung saan yung required or kung kinakailangan mo talaga para sa program mo. So create a program sequence. Okay? So of course, may sequence in time pina-follow starting from the top to bottom. So ganun yung sequence. So Blackly will execute the block on the top first and then move on the block below it. So Other blocks are available such as if, then, while, and then for blocks. So there are also blocks specifically for sensors and actuators. Okay, so meron tayong kung as a given na tong actuator na to or mostly used tong sensor na to or actuator. So mostly na doon yung model. So all you need to do is find that one, drag and then drop. And then it will work as it is. So depende kung ano yung preferred settings mo dyan sa sensor niyan or sa actuator. So Blackly can be used to translate block-based code into Python or JavaScript. So this is very useful to beginner programmers. So pwede mo siyang i-translate into Python or JavaScript from blocks. Okay? So meron tayong Blackly games if you're interested in playing about blocks, okay? Combining things like puzzles, maze, burst, etc., etc. So Google provides a series of free and open source educational games that can help you learn programming. Okay? So the series is called Blackly Games. So you can search on the internet Blackly Games and then ganito dapat yung magpapakita ng interface. Or you can right-click this one or you can left-click. So control, hold the control and then left-click this one. So in that way, malilid kayo dito sa website na to. So there are a number of levels to complete to help you get started. So Blackly may look like a toy. Of course, para naman siyang Roblox, para siyang, ano ba, tawag natin doon? Yung parang create ka lang ng mga blocks. Lego, para lang siyang Lego. Okay? But it is a great tool to improve your logical thinking skills. So hindi naman required to, hindi ko na pina-required. So laro lang naman siya. It's up to you if you want to play those games. Okay, so you can go to this website, which is one of the building blocks of computer programming. Pero malaking tulong to, of course, for logical thinking. Ano ba yung tamang sequence? Paano ba yung eto? Saan ba siya dapat? And so on and so forth. Okay. Moving on, we have here your laboratory number 9. Okay. So simple lang naman to, dalawang components lang. So mabilis lang to, maybe it will take you less than 30 minutes to finish this one. Pero meron kasi mga question doon, so maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour. So pakita ko lang sa inyo. Alright, so first laboratory nyo when it comes to Blackly is blinking LED. Okay, so ang goal nyo dito is open a bucket tracer and then examine Blackly programs for LED blinking. And then next one is control an RGB LED using Blackly. Sorry, hindi pala dalawa. Apat na components. So isa para dito sa RGB and then another isa para sa RGB din, which is for yung microcontroller niya. Okay, so background, ibanan ko rin sa inyo. Scenario, so using Blackly program to control an IoT object LED. So this lab, this packet tracer is used. So gagamitin nyo pa rin yung packet tracer as it provides Blackly support with IoT objects. So meron naman siya, supported naman siya, so don't worry. So required resources should be 7.11 and above. So dapat ito yung version ng packet tracer nyo. Kung hindi man ito or above, dapat yung i-update. Baka may kulang dun sa blocks na yun or yung Blackly. Okay? So i-launch nyo lang yung packet tracer nyo and then, yan. So this, again, parang intro. Okay, we have category, subcategory, and then yung mga specific subcategories. And then yung, ito rin kukunin nyo. So punta lang kayo sa components and then piliin niyo yung MCU board. So add nyo lang siya dito and then mag-add lang din kayo ng LED. Okay? So punta lang kayo dito sa subcategory LED and then choose this one and then drop it here. And then click connections category. So kunin nyo lang yung IoT connection or IoT custom cable. So ang tawag natin dyan is IoT custom cable. Itong kulay, I don't know if it's green or brown, pero ito. Okay, hanapin nyo lang to. And then their connection is from D1 port to D0 port. Okay, so again, coming from my MCU, microcontroller to LED, dapat yung connection. Alright, so what else? So ang i-configure nyo na dito or yung ipoprogram nyo, yung program, parang ito-drag and drop nyo actually, is yung MCU, yung microcontroller. So punta lang kayo sa configuration, ano ba? Program yata. Punta kayo sa programming. And then mag-type lang kayo ng new project and then create lang kayo new project, name it blinking LED. And then, after nun, after nyo ma-create, yung, di pa muna pala, name yung blinking LED and then palitan nyo to, itong template into blink-visual. So, mahalaga to para mapunta kayo dun sa Blackly. Okay, so ito yung mag-lead ng way kung paano nyo siya ipoprogram via Blackly. So, dapat blink-visual. Okay, and then click create. So, pagka-click nyo ng create, i-double click nyo lang yung main.visual and then magpapakita to, itong pre-made or pre-built Blackly program displays. So, nagawa na siya. And then, may mga katanungan lang naman tayo. So, as it is, i-run nyo siya. And then, is the LED blinking? So, yes or no. So, and then click stop. And then, change the value field of the digital right black to 10,023. So, from 1, okay, palitan nyo lang to 10,023. Kasi parang I think nasa analog na siya. Hindi ko lang sure. Pero mostly kapag digital kasi is 0 and 1 only. But in here, it changed it to 1023. And then as you can see, click run again. So that's the LED blink. So dito kasi magiging sagot nyo na is yes. So parang bonus nyo na to. So dito is no, it is yes. So why was it not blinking when the value was not set to 1023? So very obvious. Bakit daw hindi siya nagbe-blink kung ang value natin is 1? And then bakit nagbe-blink na siya kapag yung value natin is 10,023? Okay, so just put here your explanation. And then click the LED, blah, blah, blah. And then it indicates that we can use analog, right? So panalitan nyo lang tong digital into analog. And then change the analog right blocks to 1. Okay? And right click the small block with the value 0s and click duplicate. So duplicate nyo lang para malagay nyo dito and then delete nyo yung digital right dito. Kasi dalawang digital right to eh. So palitan nyo lang into 2 analogs. Okay? And then after nyo mapalitan yung 2 analogs, lagay nyo lang yung values dito, 0, 0. And then pwede nyo paglaruan actually para malaman nyo kung yung brightness nito is ganito or ganyan. So kapag 10 of course, mas mababa. Pag mas mataas, is mas malakas yung ilaw. Okay, so in here, we have here 10 and then 100. And then for the part 2, ito na yung RGB. So yung kanina is blinking LED lang. And then this one is the RGB. So same, gamit kayo ng microcontroller and then RGB LED naman. Okay, hindi lang siya basta LED. So ito, RGB LED din gagamitin nyo. So take note, ito na dapat siya. Hindi na yung LED kanina. So now you have a total of 4 components. And then the same, kukonect nyo lang din sila, of course, coming from microcontroller going to the RGB LED. And then D0 to A0, D1 to A1, D2 to A2. Okay, so follow nyo lang yan. And then same process, palitan nyo lang yung pangalan to blinking RGB LED. And then yung template nyo, palitan nyo lang to blink-visual and then click create. And then meron na kayong ulit yung pre-built. Okay. And then expand nyo lang yung pin. Okay. And then pin blocks to set 3 slots as output. Okay, so mag-create lang kayo ng 3 blocks dito, nakagaya na ito. And then from pin access group, select analog right. Okay, select nyo to and then replace it to digital blocks or digital right blocks. Also add a few print blocks. Okay, so follow nyo lang yan. Medyo haba, pero yan, as it is. And then, the final program is as follows. So meron pang another tweaks. So follow nyo lang ulit yan. And then run the program. So the LED should display red, green, and then blue in sequence. So red, green, blue, red, green, blue, red, green, blue. Dapat ganun yung sequence ng makikita nyo sa packet tracer. So ito, challenge, modify the program to show combined color from all 3 inputs with different randomly generated values for each lot. Okay? So hindi ko na i-record to, pero kung gusto nyo, okay lang din naman. So kung gusto nyo gumawa ng another program, pero hindi nyo na isasubmit. Okay? Hindi nyo na isasubmit tong part na to. Ang submit nyo lang is hanggang sa part na to. Okay? So dapat makita ko ng blinking LED and then makita ko ng RGB na LED. Okay? So yung dalawang yun lang. And then this one, hindi na required. Pero kung gusto mo namang pag-eksperimentuhan, then you can do so. Okay? So any questions so far regarding with your laboratory number 9? Medyo mahaba-haba pero dyan naman lahat, step by step. Question guys, for clarification, bago tayo mag-proceed?
None so far, sir. Seems pretty clear.
Okay, so you can always go back on each step. Kung may meron kayong, let's say, nagkaroon kayo ng error, so pwede nyo i-reread lang ulit. Baka may na-miss lang kayo. Okay, so di bale, sobrang step by step naman yan. Napaka-thorough naman ng explanation when it comes to this one. Alright. So, moving on, after your laboratory number 9, we'll now discuss the Python itself. Okay, so what is Python? So Python is a language, or nowadays, popular language na daw siya. Well, that's true since most of the dev is now shifting to Python. Okay, so it is designed to be easy to read and write. So Python's developer community adds values to the language by creating all types of modules and making them available to other programmers. So the core philosophy of language is summarized by the document here. So pwede nyo naman tignan, i-visit nyo, gaya ng ginawa ko. Okay. So ito yung Zen Python philosophy. Ito yung abstract. So pwede nyo naman basahin. Ito lang yung sum. Okay, kumuha lang ng sum dito. So beautiful is better than ugly. Explicit is better than implicit. Simple is better than complex. Complex is better than complicated. So ang pinaka-point ng Python is kung pwede mo naman pagandahin, then pagandahin mo. Kung pwede mo naman pwedeng gawing mas simple, then mas gawin mo simple. Kung pwede mo mas gawing mas better, okay, then why not, di ba? So continuation, so readability counts, kasama pa rin siya sa philosophy. So despite the fact Python is designed to be easy, okay, sobrang dali daw niya matutunan, sobrang dali ng design, there is still a learning curve to make it easier to learn Python. So a beginner can use Blockly, okay, to enhance his or her Python understanding. So yung iba kasi, ang ginagawa nila is nagba-Blockly muna bago sila mag-Python kasi medyo similar sila. Kasi yung iba, nag-umpisa sa mga sensors, actuators, kagaya ko. Actually, ginamit ko tong Blockly dati para lang sa robotic arm, yung mga tawag dito? Servo motors. Okay, paano controlling yung servo motor, kung gaano siya kabilis, gaano kabagal, so on and so forth. And then, Python is an interpreted language. So, kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, so this one is line by line. So therefore, an interpreter is required to parse and execute Python code. Okay, so the Python interpreter understands and executes Python code. So Python code can be created in any text editor, and Python interpreters are available for many operating systems. So lalo na sa Windows, so ang gamit lang naman natin dyan is CMD. Okay, so pwede mo na malaman kaagad yung version ng Python mo just by typing here Python. Papakita dito, so I have a version of 3.8.5. Okay? And then, so on and so forth. So, hindi pa masyadong familiar dito, pero I think ito yung parang update nyo noong July 2020. Okay? And then, or kung ayaw mo naman gamitin yung default na gamit natin sa Windows natin or sa operating system natin, so you can always use another third-party like Py2Xl and PyInstaller. Can be used to package the Python source code into an executable file. So eliminating the need for the Python interpreter when running Python code. So kapag Linux user ka naman, so dito siya nakalagay mismo yung Python interpreter mo. So hindi ako masyadong familiar when it comes to Linux. Pero sabi dito, depending on the available Python versions on the system. So pwedeng Python 3.5, yung sa akin kasi 3.8. So kakaiba ng version na supported sa each operating system. So pwedeng nauuna yung Mac, saka yung Windows, and then nauhuli sa Linux. Or pwedeng nauuna yung Linux, nauhuli yung Windows sa Mac. With the new Windows Python installer, Python is installed by default into the user's home directory. So in older Windows machines, Python is often placed in local DC, and then Python, and then the version. Okay, 3.8 or ano naman yung version na nandiyan. So after the Python interpreter has been installed, it operates somewhat like Linux shell. So this means that when called with no arguments, it reads and executes commands interactively. Okay. So when called with a file name argument or with a file as a standard input, it reads and executes script from that file. Okay? So with that being said, we have here a certain example. Di pa muna pala. So yung ginawa ko lang kanina is yun. Inalam ko lang yung version, which is, ito yung version dati, 3.6.5. Yung sa akin ngayon, oops, dinos ko na pala, is 3.8.5. So to start interpreter, simply type Python or Python 3. So any of those two. Okay, gamit yung CMD natin. So some legacy systems are still running on an older version of Python 2. So but many new systems are moving to use the new Python version 3. So ito na yung latest. Kung ako sa inyo, kung old yung gamit nyo, so mas maganda siguro kung i-update yung Python version ng ng system nyo or nagamit nyo. So Python's version is printed on the first line. So, ayan. When interpreter is launched, like this one for the figure 1. So this is our figure 1. The next one is our figure 2. So when the Python interpreter is called with no arguments and commands and entered via keyboard, the interpreter is said to be interactive mode. So kapag wala kayo nilagay, yan, pagkatapos nyo mag-type ng, let's say, any code na related sa Python, maglalagay siya ng ganitong tatlong sign, tatlong greater than signs. Okay, so meaning lang nito, nasa continuation pa rin kayo ng ng pram or ng process nyo. Okay, so ibig sabihin, waiting pa rin yung CMD or yung shell natin para sa mga i-input mong code. So this one pram indicates the interpreter is ready and waiting commands. Okay, so ready na daw siya and then naghihintay na lang. So continuation lines are needed when entering multi-line code. So ito yung continuation line natin, triple dot. Okay, so this one is needed when entering multi-lines of codes, like the figure 2. Okay, so we have here your first code, and then pangalawang lines, which is in series. Okay, para ma-distinguish to ng Python natin na hindi siya kasama or another line na pala siya, so gamit lang kayo ng triple dot. So you're separating this one from this one. So kung babasahin nyo to, this one is one line and then another line. Okay, figure 2 shows an if-then block written in Python. So this one is if-then ba to? Nasaan if-then natin? The world is flat equals to true. If-then past statement to. So meron tayong simple text. The world is flat if it's true. If the word is flat, then just print, be careful not to fall off. Okay. So another one is be careful not to fall off. So we have a total of 3 lines. So yeah. All right. So another way of using the interpreter is Python C command. Okay. Or Python -C command. So maraming ways, pero sa akin yung pinaka-simple lang. Okay. So depende sa inyo ano yung prefer nyo, which executes the statements in the command. So because Python statements often contains spaces or other characters that are particular to the shell, it is suggested to enclose the entire command between single quotes. So yung iba kasi, lalo na sa mga string, gumagamit tayo ng double quotation or single quotation. So mamaya papakita ko paano nyo i-separate or para hindi ma-detect ng Python na closing quotation na pala to. Okay? So variables, oops, parang may wait lang. Statements. May na-move ba ako? String statements. Strings, variables. And then statements in the command. Python spaces or other characters. Parang nawawala yung one. These type of sets. Okay. I think dito pa siya mamaya. Pero hindi ko na-reshuffle. Anyway, so continue natin dito. Kung saan tayo nagtapos kanina. So the interpreter receives and executes statements interactively. So ginagawa niya, this yun, naghihintay lang siya ng lines of codes na i-input ng user and then i-execute niya na yun kung kailangan. So the interpreter acts as a simple calculator. Kapag may input ka, calculate, bibigyan niya na kagad yung result. So you can type an expression on it and it will write the value. So expression syntax is straightforward. So of course, meron tayong operators. Same with calculator, plus, minus, multiplication, and then division. Work just as they do in most other languages. So for example, in Pascal or C, so use parentheses for groupings as shown above. So same, plus, minus, multiplication, and then division. So since right here, itong 3 greater than signs, and then 3 greater than signs. So waiting lang siya. So nag-type ka na ng 25 plus 25, and then papakita niya na as a result is 50. And then 70 plus 7 times 6 is 112. And then another one is 50 minus 5.0 times 6 divided by 4 is 5.0. So ito gumagana rin siya as calculator, okay? So PEMDAS yung rule natin dito. Right, so moving on. Variables are labeled memory areas. So na-discuss na natin to kanina using a variable. So that are used to store runtime program data. Oops. So it assign values to variables in Python. So, to assign values to variables in Python, use the equal sign. Okay. So medyo similar pa rin naman siya sa ibang programming languages. So gamit lang ka ng equal sign para maset yung value ng this variable, let's say. So birth year mo is 1941, current year is 2016, and then current, ito na yung parang computation. So current year minus birth year is, of course, yun. So the math. 2016 minus 1941 is 75. So no result is displayed before the next interactive prompt. So as shown on the figure below. So kung naglagay ka ng ito, say variable birth year, so walang computation nangyayari unless nag-trigger ka ng computation like this one. Those two variables now is being calculated, like current year minus birth year. Okay? So attempts to use a not defined variable or no assigned value will result in an error. So kapag, let's say, nag-define ka ng variable pero wala namang value, kapag kinol mo na siya, like this one, current year, pero wala naman pala siyang value, then magkakaroon ka ng error, of course, as shown on the figure below. Okay? So ito, magkakaroon siya ng error kasi i-declare ka lang ng may new variable pero wala namang value. Right? So moving on. Sa string naman tayo. So dito na yung medyo complicated or medyo magulo. So variables, okay lang. Strings defined as a sequence of characters. So alam niyo na yan. When say strings, sequence of characters. Can also be handled by interactive mode. Use the backslash or this one, backslash character to escape characters. So as an example, a string uses double quotes but also needs to use a double quote within the string. Okay? So, kailangan natin ng double quote for every string. Pero say, kailangan mo ulit ng double quote for that word, okay, or for that certain phrase, kailangan mo ng separator. Okay? After ng outer, kailangan mo na maglagay ng backslash. Ganito pala, backslash. Okay? So, for example, if the string is entered as follows, I really need this. So, as you can see, meron tayong 4 na quotation. So, ang pagbasa kasi ng Python natin is from left to right. So pag nakita niya to, okay, ito yung start and then ito na yung end. So mababasa niya lang yan as I really. And yung katuloy nun is maybe error na or hindi niya na mabasa. So Python will get confused and think that the first double quote within the string actually ends the string. So ito pa lang, I really. Okay? So if you place a backslash before the double quotes inside string as follows, I really, so backslash lang, so that's a separator para ma-skip. Okay? So ang ginagawa lang ng backslash natin is ini-skip natin yung double quotation na yun. Pero nandun siya. Okay? Nandun siya. Ini-skip lang ng ng function na to. So ang basa niya lang dito is I really need this and then double quotation ulit. Kasi ini-skip mo ulit yung pangalawa. So the backslash causes Python to escape or ignore, okay, yun yung pinaka-proper term, ignore the character that follows. So hindi lang naman double quotation, no? So kahit ano naman yan, kapag nilagyan mo ng backslash, i-ignore niya yung next na character. Okay, so I repeat, pag naglagay kayo ng backslash, ang ginagawa niyan is ini-ignore niya yung nasa next. Okay, so single quotes or double quotes can be used to wrap strings. So mas maganda pa kapag separate mo na lang na dalawa. So single, and then double yung nasa loob. So in that way, yung pinaka-first is yung start and then yung pinaka-last na single string is yung end. So in that way, yan yung mababasa niyong buo instead of using a backslash. So ito yung iba sa mga examples. So using a single quotation, using a backslash to skip the single quote, etc. etc. Okay, so iwanan ko na yan sa inyo. So continuation, so the print statement prints the result of the expression it was given. So very familiar naman siguro ka dito about print. So it differs from just writing expression you want to write. So as we did earlier in the calculator examples, in the way it handles multiple expressions and strings, strings are printed without quotes and space is inserted between items. So you can format things nicely as shown on the figure below. Okay, so we have here variable I wherein it has a computation of 256 times 256. So just print and then some strings. The value of I is, and then the variable itself, which is I. So it will print the value of I is 65536. And then we also have functions, of course. So hindi lang print. Functions are an important part of many programming languages. Which is sobrang importante. Without functions, like 50% dead yung programming. So functions allow for a block of code to be given a name and reuse as needed. So ito yung pinakamagandang function ng function. So pwede mo siyang i-call. Okay? So call mo lang ito and then yun. So hindi mo na siya i-rewrite. So figure below defines a function to add two numbers and print the result. Okay, so meron tayong function to add two numbers. And then nag-define ka ng ito na yung pangalan ng function mo. Add nums. And then meron kayong, or below that, we have variable A is equal to 5, then B is equal to 11. And then we have here a return. So what we'll do, or what it will do is it will get the value of A and then it will get the value of B. So ano man yung makompute yung value, so 5 plus 11, then pwede mong i-display or i-print. So 5 plus 11 is 16. Okay. So here are some useful functions and data types in Python. So Python supports many useful functions and data types. So some of the more important ones are as follows. Meron tayong range, kung kailan yung start, stop, and then kung ilan yung step. Okay? Meron din tayong tuples, meron tayong list, meron tayong sets, meron tayong dictionary. I think hanggang dyan na lang. Yeah, hanggang doon na lang. So marami tayong iba't ibang klase ng functions and data. So for range, very obvious naman, this one is ranging from 3 hanggang kung saan man start niya. So ang start na ito by default is 0. So all you need to do is count 3. So this one is incrementing by default by 1. So mapapansin niyo, starting from 0 and then 1, 2. Since the count of range is 3 only. So 0, 1, and then 2. And then if we have two parameters, so yung syntax natin is like this, where I in range is 3 and then 6. So print I. So starting natin is 3. And then yung range din natin is 3. So just count 3. So starting from 3, 3, 4, and then 5. And then if we have 3 parameters, we have here 4, 10, and then 2. So ito yung start. And then ito yung pinaka-last sa value. And then yung step. So pag hindi mo i-indicate yung step, by default, plus 1 yun. Pag in-indicate mo na, okay, so depende na kung ano yung value na ilalagay mo. So 2, 3, 4, so yun yung step value niya. So in this case, nag-start siya sa 4 plus 2 every term. So 4, 6, and then 8. Okay. And then for tuples, this one is just a sequence of unchangeable. Okay, ito yung pinagkaiba nung tuples dito sa list natin. So if it's tuples, it's unchangeable Python objects. So top 1, top 2, print, print. So like permanent na siya or constant. So tuples are sequences separated by parentheses. So here are the examples of tuples. But for list, so it's changeable objects. Okay, so pwede mo siyang i-update. Unlike tuples, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-update. So kung gusto mo na-update or nababago yung value ng, let's say, ng mga function mo, so pwede mo gamitin tong list. So from here, ito yung initial value and then ito yung updated value natin. Right, so ilang slide pa? 7. So hindi tayo abot. So tapusin ko lang hanggang dito sa dictionary. So sets, familiar naman na siguro kayo sa sets. So pag sinabi natin sets, it's an unordered collection of unique elements. So take note, unique elements or distinct elements. So let's say we have set X, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and then 2, 3. So kapag sinabi mong set and then variable X, kukunin niya lang yung set mismo, okay? Or yung elements of that set na walang nauulit since kailangan natin is unique elements. So as a result, we have here 1, 2, and 3 since yung iba is paulit-ulit lang naman. And then, etc., etc. So napakaraming examples. Okay? And then lastly, for this one is dictionary. So this one is a list of elements that are separated by commas. Okay? So ito, let's see, nag-print ka dito and then comma mo lang and then another year na naman to. So each element is a combination of value and a unique key. So each key is separated from its value by a colon. Okay? So yan yung separator ng key natin. So the entire dictionary is written within braces. Dictionary elements can be accessed, updated, and deleted. So there are also many built-in dictionary functions such as function that compares elements. So pwede mo rin compare aside from accessing, updating, and then deleting. Okay, count of the total numbers of elements within a dictionary. So figure on the right shows the examples of dictionaries. So let's say we have dictionaries here, age, 34, CPM, so on and so forth, and then their updated value, and then kung gusto mo mag-add or mag-delete or mag-quan, so pwede rin naman. Okay, so wala pa dito yung pinaka syntax, pero ito lang yung parang overview when it comes to updating or accessing or deleting. Okay, so hanggang dito na lang muna ulit and then tatapusin na lang natin siya sa part 3. So I think 10 seconds na lang to. So goodbye muna ulit. Wait na lang kayo for 5 to 7 minutes.
See you, sir.
Alright, so see you on part 3.